The knob is massive. Hello and welcome to my unboxing and first look at the Warhammer 40,000 Orks Combat Patrol. It's in this box right here and it will cost you £85. Bit controversial because most of the minis in this set are monopose, easy to build. Another controversial point I want to make, and you'll see it right here in this video, is Games Workshop on the community site initially explained the Ork Boyz having many options. They then went back and edited that post. Very sneaky, very cunning of them, very Ork-like. I'm not a big fan of that. If you're gonna make a statement, stick by it. I don't like it when companies say something and then they go back and they edit previous things. It's underhand and it's not honest. That being said, this box set consists of 25 miniatures. It's all monopose, easy to build, except for the Deff Dread. It's the same Deff Dread that you've been used to. It's got many different options. The Warboss and Mega Armor goes together one way. So does the Deffkoptas, and so do the 20 Ork Boyz. And yeah, there is a big noise about the push to fit Ork Boyz because it's a horde army. You want as much variation in your standard troops as possible, and it's very disappointing. I hope Games Workshop learn from this and they go back and they give us brand new Ork Boyz separate kits. That would really surprise me though. What they've done here is they've pulled another Slave to Darkness set. Do you remember that set for Age of Sigmar a couple of years ago? That was all easy to build, push to fit minis. The Vigilus 2 box sets, the Chaos and the Space Marines, the Primaris, you know, the Phobos Marines, that doesn't really count because they were already in a set, so they didn't create new miniatures for start collecting sets. But yeah, this reeks of the SDD start collecting set. And it's not something you expect for an £85 box set. Anyway, this isn't my review of the set. Let's get in there and unbox before I go on a massive rant. So I've got my chopper today. It's just a little chopper. It's just like a Gretchen toothpick, I'd probably say. So I did purchase these from Element Games, and if you enjoy all of this content and you want to support the channel, I can't recommend them enough. You get a discount if you use my Element Games affiliate link code below. You help the channel out. Here is the Orks Beast Boss. A lot going on with him. We'll unbox him later on. We get one sweet today. Remember the last unboxing I had? There was a lot. You get an Element Games sticker and an Artis Opus little advert. I haven't yet got around to getting some of these brushes. There's been stock issues and things, but I will get some and review them for you because you get an even better discount off these. And yeah, a couple of my friends have them and they can't recommend them enough either. This is the Combat Patrol itself. Now, bit of trivia, this is actually my first ever Combat Patrol box set. I know, all of the other box sets, with the exception of the Drakari one, have been very lackluster, and I viewed them as a way of Games Workshop just clearing out their warehouse space. But this one really caught my eye for 3 reasons. New Ork Boyz, even though they're push to fit. This Ork Warboss in Mega Armor, which we've never had before, and he's got an Ooge chopper. We've never had an Ooge chopper before. It's like a Power Fist but better. And then the brand new Deffkoptas. I always said that if Games Workshop brought out proper plastic Deffkoptas, then I'd support it. Now we just need Forge World to get off their bum and design us a Shinork copter for transport. That'd be brilliant. And also on top of this, I did say I'd support the Ork release. Anything Xenos I want to support because we've just had a huge flurry of Imperial units and products for the past 2 or 3 years. And then I also picked up this Orks Big Ed Boss Bunker. Again, quite controversial. It's £40. It is made in China. Right there, designed in the UK, made in China. So it's going to be the harder plastic with more mould lines. We're going to take a look. The mould lines I'm a bit worried about are the ones in between all the teeth and in between the gaps and on the guns themselves. but it looks like a decent model, and I'm hoping someone will kit bash this and put this onto a stomper or make a gargant and put it, because this is the head off of a gargant. So again, Forge World, get your finger out, give us some more Xenos minis. But this is the main video of today. I'm sure many people are very excited to see what the contents are in here. So let's rip and tear. Now you can make a different knob with your Ork Boyz, and you can also have, you know, alternate special weapons like the rocket launcher or the big shooter, but and then you can kit out the Deff Dread the way you see fit. Close combat Deff is best Dread in my opinion, because it's just got one purpose, but I've already got a fully focused close combat Deff Dread, so I think I might actually put 2 weapons on this one. They're the Deffkoptas. You've got 2 with rockets, one with this new custom blaster, which we didn't have before. We've got the Warboss in Mega Armor, and then we've got 2 units of 10 boys. They're the 2 different Ork knobs you can have, one with a chopper, I think it's a big chopper, and one with a actual power claw. The special weapons, look, you've got the big shooter there and the rocket launcher. I think you can make 2 rocket launchers or 2 big shooters. The other big controversial part about this is you've got 1, 2, 3 with shooters and 5 with sluggers and choppers. Now I have a huge issue with this, more than the fact that they are easy to build monopose, is the lack of customization and optimization within the squads. If I was running these, I definitely want either all shooters or all sluggers and choppers. As it stands, you can't do that. Even if you were to mix them, you could have 10 sluggers and choppers, but only 6 shooter boys. So you can make a full squad of sluggers and choppers, but you can't make a full squad of the shooter boys. I don't know why you would want to anyway, but you know, there is this such thing as this new DACA rule. Anyway, overall though, they look pretty cool, except for the massive lack of customization. But again, trying to be glass half full here, you know, we're Ork players. If you're new to Orks, yeah, this is a bit of a letdown. If you're a veteran, this is a huge letdown. But if you're a veteran that, you know, has kit bashed Ork models before, there are ways around it, I'm sure. I'm sure we can kit bash these. So this is what you get, nice big tray full of plastic minis. This is the instruction guide. Warboss goes together pretty well. I'll be building some of these Orks in tonight's live stream, so stay tuned to the channel for that. And if you haven't already, please do subscribe, then you'll get notified when it goes live. It'll be 7 o'clock usually. You've got 2 knobs there, and then you've got all of the boys. And then, yeah, you've got the shooter boy and the rocket launcher boy, and then it just says, yeah, ×2, ×2, ×2, and then you've got options there. This is the Deffkoptas, so you've got rockets, more rockets, the custom blaster, and then that's it. So yeah, you can only have 2 with rockets and 1 with custom blaster. That's worse than I expected. I thought you could have at least had 3 with the rockets. You know what? I don't think these sets are going to do very well when they sell individually. I mean, the Warboss will, but the Deffkoptas and the boys, especially the boys, no, I don't think they will. And then they've redone the instructions for the Deff Dread. If you remember, it's quite an old kit now, so I think the instructions were in black and white, but now you're getting them in colour, which is great. So if anything, you're getting a nicer instructions for your Deff Dread. Look at the options, you see, this is how you do it, Games Workshop. You know, you have all these options and posability, but the rest of the kit you don't have. Yeah, look, little extra bits and armour plates you can put on it. There's some rules for the Warboss and Mega Armor. For the boys, Deffkoptas and Deff Dreads, like really, really bare bones data sheets there for you. I would rather have the full rules in, or a little QR code or something, so you can get the full rules. You know, you're paying £85 for this set. You should get the rules for free, in my opinion. You've got all of these bases. They look like 32mm bases for your Orks. I think my Orks are on 25mm bases, but I went back and made my knobs bigger by putting them on 32mm bases, so that was fun. This is the Deff Dread kit. 3 sprues, it seems, yeah, and they just have it like so, and then they just, yeah, pop it out. 2009, I was thinking 2006, but yeah, 2009, so this was good, what, 12 years ago now, just for this 3 sprue monster. But you know, 2009, there's a few gaps, but it's not too bad. It's still an alright kit. So that's the Deff Dread sprues. You've got the claws, you've got the custom blasters, you've got the rocket launchers, you've got different engine panels, you've got the body itself, you've got armor plates, different slits and lenses and eyes, different front face plates, again more claws, more big shooters, which would be fantastic if you have them with 2 big shooters, you know, with the DACA rule, and then you more rockets, claws, rip saws, scorchers, big iron gobs, more clan icons and tusks. So that's the Deff Dread. You've got the new Deffkopta sprues. Wow, quite large gaps in these, more gaps than the Deff Dread. That's interesting. 2021 though. Yeah, a load of gaps in this, and it's the same size as the Deff Dread, and they've used the same sort of machine, but there you go. You've got kind of scenic bases for all of them. I'd much rather have them on these bases than the you know, flying stands. But if we have a closer look, guys, we can just about see some of the detailing and the exhausts. I mean, they look really cool. Look at the detail on the base, you know, skulls, spent shells, tactical rocks, parts of Deff Dreads, and armour. I like their heads, they look cool, and the little legs. You don't have to pop them on, so that might be, you know, difficult for you guys that want to do sub-assembly, where you want to paint the Ork first and then glue them on. Yeah, more scenic base, look like an oil drum and some fuel tanks, or gas tanks. You've got the blades too. You got some kind of chopper there, hooked chopper, and you got this sprue with a bomb and rockets on the propellers. That's quite excellent. You got a tyre, looks very similar to the ones on the shock jump dragster. You got a slugger and a bit of a sign, it seems. I like this rear propeller with the barbs on it. It's quite cool. And then you've got the custom blaster there as well. I like that head. I'm thinking that the heads you can swap around, so maybe even the arms. But yeah, plenty of detail. It's just a shame they're not like a full multi-part kit. And that leads us to this. Look, just 2 sprues each for your 10 Ork Boyz. I think Games Workshop are going to sell like 10 of these Ork Boyz just in one pack, similar to the Snagga Boys. Maybe they'll go for £31, but you know, because the Snagga Boys aren't push to fit, but they are monopose, and some would say they have less options than these Ork Boyz, so maybe they're going to be £31. It'd be better if they were 25, because they are push to fit, but if they're £30 or over, I wouldn't even go near them. That's going to be way overpriced. Can you remember back in the day? I know I was a child back then, but I remember picking up 20 Ork Boyz for the same price as Space Marines, like £10. Yeah, those were the days, but that was a long time ago. You know, since then, look at house prices, look at inflation, look at minimum wage, and yeah, we can see that things have gone up, but Games Workshop have found easier and cheaper ways to make these things, but again, that's offset with you know, price of fuel, price of logistics, and wages, as I say. It's a tricky one, but I think I would always rather pay a little bit more and get multi-part, multi-pose kits, even if they were like £5 to £10 more. I'd always prefer, because you know, a collection is a collection, but if you've got 20 orcs and they look the same as each other, I mean, my orcs that I made 20 years ago or so, they all look different. You know, people buy multiples of things to collect and to stand the test of time, and these won't as much if they're all identical. That's the point I'm trying to make. Anyway, you've got the big shooter, you've got the rocket launcher. This whole sprue, this set of 2 sprues, is the same as that one. You've got the knob. You've got, look at that, like a full whole body, and a bit of a chainsword and the sluggers, and you know, there's lots of detail on them. Let's not beat around the bush about that. You know, look, even studs on the boots there. Their faces are fantastic. There's lots of 3D detailing in the mouths. They're definitely sort of better looking than the old ones. It's just, you know, it's at the cost of this customization and posability, you know, which Primaris have gone through as well. There's this big chopper there. You've got some horns, you've got shooters. The knob is massive. You've got this power claw. You've got potato masher grenades everywhere, frag grenades. They're going to look great when they're built and finished. They're just going to be quite boring and not very fun to put together. It's just run by the numbers. It's a bit of a disappointment, isn't it? But yeah, I'm glass half full. I'm hoping they do actually turn a corner and release a full multi-part kit, and they've just done this because of time or whatever. But there you go. That's the Ork Boyz. You know, one of the biggest disappointments of this combat patrol. Going to be interesting to see where they go with the new Chaos and the Eldar and the Tyranids, what they're going to pull out for those combat patrols. You've got the Warboss. Wow, you can park a Deff Dread through those gaps. I don't think that they could have put this on one sprue, because that huge chopper is actually huge. I mean, that is ginormous. That definitely lives up to its name. Something's happened there. I don't know whether that's meant to be sheared off, but I can't see anything that's broken off in there. But it's really odd to have like a full mini almost, with half of a mini on top with that big shooter. You've got the armor plates, you've got a bit of a scenic base, you've got a big engine, a proper engine for the back, you've got a huge head for him and big feet. You've got part of the Gretchen there as well. Again, fantastic looking mini. It's just going to be a bit boring to put together as it is, pushed to fit as well. No doubt they'll sell this separate. I think they'll just break this off, put it like that, and put it in a cardboard box. This will be a cardboard box job, a bit like Wurt Snagger, and I think it'll be about, yeah, if they're charging £26 for Wurt Snagger, they'll charge £26 for this Warboss. You've then got a number of bases. So you've got the bases, oval slotter bases in this quite strange size as well. 2018 oval slotter bases for the Deffkoptas. You've got these large bases. So this is a Deff Dread, believe it or not. It's not a very big base at all. You know, it dwarfs its own base. And this is the Warboss. I think this is a 50mm base. This isn't a Terminator base, so he's on quite a large base. It's going to be a big boy when we put him together, and that will be the first model I'll put together this evening. You also get an Ork Clans transfer sheet too. So there you go. That is the Orks Combat Patrol box set from Games Workshop. Although the Ork Boyz are disappointing in this set, you are going to be saving a fair chunk of money, about £70 by my calculations, for when these minis are available separately in whatever form they're going to be available in. As I said at the start, I'll be building these in the live stream later on today. What do you guys think of the Ork Combat Patrol? And actually, are there any other Combat Patrols that you'd really like to see me unbox and review? The Adeptus Mechanicus one is definitely on my list, possibly the Grey Knights one, and we'll see what Games Workshop do with the rest. Thank you so much for joining me today. Thank you for watching. For Gork and Mork.